Hello students, welcome again to this class of operation research. So we are studying the simplex method and till now we have seen what is simplex method and that is the iterative method, and we have also seen we have also drawn our first table, right? The table that was for initial basic feasible solution. We have drawn our first simplex table. However, until now we have not seen that how to perform the optimality test. How will I know that my solution is optimum? We will see it now. Okay. Yeah. So this is my next step. So we have seen what are all these things. What is CB? What is CJ? Right? And here x1, x2, my known basic variables. Then s1 and s2, my basic variables. Then this is my RHS quantity of my constraint equations. Right? B over here. Fine. So now our next task is to perform optimality test. Now what is optimality test? We will introduce two new rows in our this table. Okay, we will see how to introduce those rows. But what I will do introduce two rows in this table. Then I will check for the values in those rows. Then there are certain rules that we have to follow, which will tell us that whether the optimum solution has been obtained or not. Okay, we will see those rules. What are those rules? But when we write those equations, when we introduce those two rows, then we can tell whether our solution is optimal or it needs further iterations. So what are those two rows? First of all, we will see that. Okay, see what is written here. Through optimality test on basic simplex table, it can be analyzed whether solution is optimum or not. Two rows are to be added, which are profit row, that is ZZ. What is Z? We know it is our objective function. So one row that I will introduce now, it will be Z. You remember when we were doing the linear programming problems using the graphical method, then we have calculated the value of Z at each corner point, right? Why we have calculated that? Because we want the problem to be optimum. So what we have checked for it, for the maximization problem, we have checked that at which corner point my Z is maximum. That was my optimum solution. And for minimization problem, the problem for which Z was minimum was my optimum solution, right? Similarly here, the Z0 will always tell us what is the value of my objective function when I put the values of x1 and x2. So our task, so the questions that we are solving in this here, it is maximization problem, right? So in maximization problem, our task is to maximize the value of Z. Okay, and this was my first row that I will introduce. That is my ZZ, or I will call it profit row. Next row that I will introduce, it will net evaluation row. Okay, this is my next row. It will be equal to CJ minus ZZ. What is CJ? This was my CJ, and ZJ I will introduce over here, right? Here I will have some values. We will see how to calculate that. Okay, then I will calculate one more row that will be CJ minus ZJ. Fine, we will see how. Okay, so first of all, how to obtain ZJ? How will you obtain ZJ? Here is my Z0, right? Here are its elements, ZJ. Now how, why I put here a 0 0 0 0 0? How it's so? So how ZJ is calculated? What is done basically? See, add the products of elements under that column with corresponding values of CB column. Okay, what does it mean? We have basically done, here I have 0, right? We have 0 over here and 0 over here. So how it all turns out to be 0? I have multiplied 0 with the all the corresponding elements of x1, x2, s1 and s2. So I will get the 0 0 0 in the complete row. See, 0 of x1 plus 0 of x2 plus this elements under column x1. So value of elements under CB is 0 in the beginning, hence Z0 will be 0 in the beginning. Okay, so what is saying that we know that for the initial basic feasible solution, the value of these values are always zero, right? Because coefficient of S1 and S2 in my objective functions are always zero. So CB is always zero in initial basic feasible solution. So we know for sure that initially my solution is not optimized because I am getting the zero value of my Z. Okay, how it can be optimized? I want to maximize my problem and I am saying that my profit is zero, right? So yeah, so ZZ row will be zero in the beginning, and value of ZZ under column B represents the current profit. Okay, what it's saying, this value, that I'm getting over here, this is very important value. What it mentions, it shows us current profit. Okay, the value of Z row that I'm getting under B or the RHS quantity, that shows me the current profit. Okay, now to check optimality, every element under row Cj minus Zj is to be observed. Now what we have done, wait a second, yeah. So now I will calculate Cj minus Z0. Now what it's saying now, to check the optimality, to check the optimality, every element under row Cj minus Zj is to be observed. If any element is positive, if any element is positive, optimum solution has not come. Okay, in maximum Z, if any element is positive, so the whole Z, in the whole Cj minus Zj row, if there is any positive element, it means that we need further iteration. We have not reached our optimal solution. We will have to do the further iteration until what point? Until that point, until I get Cj minus Zj row to be negative. My complete Cj minus Zj row, when it reaches the negative point, then I will be sure that yes, now the present value of Zj is the maximum value. Okay. Until that, I will not be sure, and I will know this, that I will have to perform the further iterations. Fine. Now how we will know that how to do this next iteration. Okay, so maximum positive element under this row besides the key column. Now what is key column? See, here we had the basic variables, right? These are my basic variables. Now what will happen, these basic variables will keep on changing in my further iterations. Now how I will decide that whether which variable will enter over here and which variable will leave from my basic variables? So when I calculate my Cj minus Z0, when I calculate Cj minus Z0, I get here 3, 4, 0, 0, right? 3, 4, 0, 0. So the maximum positive value here in my Cj minus Z0 is my key column. What it means? It means x2 is my key column. So what it means, if the value, the variable in key column will always enter the entering variable. This is entering or incoming variable. So this variable will now enter over here. Okay. Now this I know. First of all, I calculate the ZZ value. How I calculate the ZZ value? I multiply the value of CB with the corresponding coefficients of x1, x2, s1, s2. Okay, so here the cv was 0, so I got all these zeros over here. Then I calculate the cj minus zj values. Okay, then I find out that is, now if I got all the negative elements over here, then I will know that I have reached the optimum solutions. But here it is not the case. We have 3 as a positive number, 4 as a positive number, and 0 and 0. So 4 is the maximum. So here x2 is my key column. Okay, so I know that key column is my entering variable. Now how will I decide which, now one has to leave? If one variable, now here always will remain two variables only. Okay, so if one variable has to enter, one variable has to leave. Now what will be that variable? How we will decide? Now what we do, the B column, okay, the RHS column, what we will do, we will divide this B column by the key elements. The key column that we have decided, we will divide the B row by the key elements. Now, what was the key elements here? Here was the 1 was the key element. Here also 1 is the key element. We will divide 450 by 1 and 600 by 1. Okay. Now here we have selected the maximum positive. Here we will select the minimum positive. Minimum positive. So what is minimum positive? 450 or 600? 450. So now I know that 450 is minimum. So I will know that S1 will leave from here and X2 will enter here. So in my next iteration, I will have X2, S1 will be replaced by X2 in my next iteration. See, here it's written how to select the leaving variable. Theta column is obtained by dividing the elements of column B with corresponding elements of key column. Okay, so what we have done here, we have obtained the theta column. Basically, here we have made a new theta column. How? We have divided the 450 by the key column elements, 450 by 1 and 600 by 1. This is how we obtained the theta column. And theta column is obtained by dividing the elements of column B with corresponding elements of key column. Okay, key row is chosen as the row containing minimum non-negative row in theta column. Okay, so the minimum non-negative row in theta column is chosen as the leaving variable. Okay, or the key row. 0 is considered non-negative key row, decides the leaving variable. Okay, okay, so now what we have learned in this lecture is basically we have introduced two new rows in our question. One was the Z0, another was the Cj minus Z0. Okay, Z0 and Cj minus Z0. Then I have seen how to check for optimality. I will check for Cj minus Z0. If all the values are negative, then I have reached the optimal solution. If any value is positive, then I have not reached the optimum solution. Then further, I will select the maximum positive value from my Cj minus Z0, and that will act as the key column. And the variable corresponding to that key column will my next entering variable or next incoming variable in my basic variables column. Okay. Then further on, we create the theta column. Okay. What happened in theta column? How we calculated the theta column? We divided the B column by the key column, by the element in key column. Okay, and this theta row, the minimum value, minimum non-negative value in this theta column will act as key row, and this variable corresponding to this row will leave the equation. Okay, I know it's quite confusing, but when you will practice, when you keep on uh, listen to this lecture 2 or 3 times and like actually observe how I've been doing all this, then you will get the point. Okay, it's not that difficult. Yeah, it's quite confusing. There's a lot of chaos here, but you will get the point when you solve 2 3 questions of this similar pattern. Okay. Okay. So in next class we will do the next iteration. So first of all, we have seen that how I will do the first iteration and how I to check the optimality test. Okay. So we will meet in next class. Bye bye.